Hello viewers, welcome to my channel PC Geo Kimberlite, a source of diamond. Now we are going to see today a stratigraphy topic from SYBSc syllabus, semester 4, paper 1, SPPU, Savitribai Phule Pune University, SYBSc syllabus. And today we are going to see the unit 1. In that we have the first introduction, then we'll see the definition of stratigraphy, then we'll see the development of stratigraphy, importance and the principles of stratigraphy. I am Dr. Sajid Undekar, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Geology, AKI's Pune College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Camp, Pune, Maharashtra, India. It is affiliated to Savitribai Phule Pune University, that is SPPU Pune, and formerly it is known as University of Pune. This stratigraphy topic have been already divided into the what we have given the topic itself. Introduction, first we'll see, then we'll see the definition, then we'll see the development of stratigraphy, then the importance of stratigraphy, then we'll see the principles of stratigraphy. Stratigraphy is the backbone, yes, it is the backbone of geology. All the whatever the branches we are going to see, it is all are linked to the stratigraphy. So the stratigraphy is a very important topic or subject is there for any geologist to understand. Now here there is a two words are there, strati and a graphy. Strata means layer and graphy means parameter. When you are going to study the rocks in layer in vertical succession, horizontal succession, then with reference to its content, its age, its fossil content, then correlation, if you make out, then that branch we called as a stratigraphy. So stratigraphy is a branch of geology which deals with the study of the rock. So simple, whatever we have, the definition which is there, we already told. The whatever the stratum means a layer and graphic means the description or the parameters which we are going to study. So therefore the stratigraphy a branch which deals with the study of stratified rocks with reference to the formation, its content, spatial distribution, vertical, horizontal, age relation, correlation, and as you know, unfold history of the earth. So everything will be recorded in the form of rock. So this is a simple definition. If you want another definition, stratigraphy is a branch of geology, deals with the strata with reference to vertical succession, horizontal succession, its correlation. In sequence you can study the rock, fossil content, its age relation, then this branch we called as a stratigraphy. So without the stratigraphy, there is no historical geology, because whatever we have the rocks are there, they have been deposited in the layer, and if we are not going to study the stratum, then history, whatever which has been passed, that is when the earth has been separated from the solar system, the age is now being dated as 4.6 billion years, and scientists believe that it might be more than 5 billion. So the whatever the oldest rock which we are going to found on the surface of the earth is the 3.8 billion years, and that is a sedimentary rock conglomerate and is there in Australia. And now from that 3.8 present, we'll find out billions years are there, and that rock has gone continuously under the evolution part, continuously the whatever the activities which have been taken place, and that activities affected the rock, and whatever the thing which is happening, they have been recorded into the rock. So when these rocks, when you are going to study in the layer, we are going to see the history of that rocks which are there. So if you could not make out the stratigraphy, you could not study the stratigraphy, you could not get the history also. According to the definition, the extent of the stratigraphy is unlimited. That is, we have been just seen that it has been 3.500 million years, but 3.8 million years what we have, the age is given. So from 3,500 million years to the present, that is a time gap, and time is very huge, and whatever our life is there, it is hardly average is the 60 years. So we have to be imagine now what will be the whatever the phenomena which has been taking place, and those scientists which have been work on that, they have given the emphasis and they have given the thesis where we are going to study them. So there is a lot of scope is there when you are going to study this particular part. and if you want to do anything contribution into that, there is a scope is there. Still, there is a lot of theories which are there. They have been put forth, and there will be controversial theories are there. Some things have been not been answered properly. So you might be give the answer to that particular problem. So your research, when you are going to do it, your BSc, and up to the age of 28 or 30, you are going to get the complete your PhDs and postdoc. Then you are going to get the basic understanding about the stratigraphy, or when you are going to work on that, then you are going to do the research next 20, 30 years. And might be in that particular period, you might be come out with a new concept, and that will be added into that stratigraphy as a phenomena, and might be in the future generation can study that. So that may be happening. So we have to be always have the positive things. Whenever you are going to study any subject, two things I am always going to tell my students. First, you should have the interest. Whenever you are going to see with your own interest, if you just sit and you have been doing the things, the whatever study you are going to do it in 3-4 hours with the own hearted, when you are coming with the own interest, within half an hour you can complete that, and you will be learn very, and you remember very well. So that is very interesting. So the interest has to be there. Second one, if you want example, I can give you any example now. Yes, like a Sholay pictures. Everyone knows now, movie will. Yes, the Sholay one, right from the first title to the end of the story, if you ask anyone, they will give that every music and every dialogue they know, because they have interest in that, and they have seen several times, and they are, after the 30-40 years, they are now that movie which has been taken place, it has been giving now, as it is, they have been replication, or they will give the evidences. So that is there. So interest has to be there. Then the second one, consistency. Whatever you are doing now, consistency should be there. Right in your interest, and the belief is there. Very important one, that I can do this one. So interest and the belief. Then the next things which are coming, the consistency, hard work, your determination, dedication, devotion. These things which comes out, the heart, then your punctualness is there, then the sincerity, then you are going to get a student who has passed 10th standard and 12th standard in maybe 3-4 items, and might be for 2 years he has taken 4 years or 5 years, but once he has get a spark, once he comes into BSc, he can score 95% marks. Yes, remember now. So nobody is a dumb. Remember, you are not going to be yourself that I am a dumb. I am going to get just 35%, 40%. I am always having a backlog. So don't keep that belief in you. You should always have a faith that I can do. That is, the spark has to be there. Interest has to be there. If you have this one, you can do the miracle things. So now we'll come to the focus to the stratigraphy, that there is no precise definition of the stratigraphy that can satisfy all the specialists in the geology. The different specialists like a paleontologist. Yes, when we are going to have the stratigraphy, the layer of rock is there, paleontologist is going to work. Geophysicist is going to work. Geochemist will go to work. Geographer, geoclimatical conditions. So these people are the specialized one. They will have their own specialization. They will try and they will define the definition of their own. If you have the petrologist is there, he will give his own definition. So everyone has his own definition. We'll see one by one what they have been going to predict now. The first one we'll see the paleontologist. Paleontologists define stratigraphy as a branch of geology that deals with occurrence, succession, chronology, and age of rock based on the fossil present in them, so that organic evolution history can be emerge out. Yes, that is what we have the focus of that paleontologist. Paleontologists define stratigraphy as a branch of geology that deals with the occurrence, succession, chronology, age of rock based on what fossil present in them, so that the organic evolution history can be emerge out. Geophysicists could define stratigraphy as a branch dealing with the geophysical evolution of the earth. Geochemists would collect the information from the stratified rock to unreveal the geochemical evolution of the Earth. So he will give the definition in that particular aspect. The paleogeographer defines stratigraphy as a branch of geology that helps to study ancient paleogeography and subsequent changes in it. Now we left with the next one, the development of stratigraphy. The first time during the year 1756, a German mineralogist and a mining engineer, Johann Lehmann, published a paper and classified the rock of the earth crust in three types. First, primitive crystalline rock, devoid of fossils. Second, secondary stratified fossiliferous rocks. And third, alluvial, younger, loosely compacted sediment. He has been classified first time. The stratigraphy which is there, in that stratigraphy, the Johann Lehmann, who is a German mineralogist and a mining engineer, who has classified the rocks, whatever the rock which are there on the earth crust, he has been divided into three categories. Primitive crystalline rock devoid of fossils. Secondary stratified fossiliferous rocks. And third, alluvial, younger, loosely compacted rock. Then very interesting development took place after the Abraham Werner at the Freiburg Mining Academy was the first great organizer of the geological material. He has been organized a lot of geological material. Its basic concept of the geological philosophy was that great ancient ocean, yes, whatever the great ancient oceans are there, Pacific Ocean is there, Atlantic Ocean is there, or Atlantic Ocean is there, that receded to present proportion and precipitated all the rocks. So whatever the rocks which we are going to get into the ocean, he has given that particular angle. The younger lava flows that were associated with the volcanic vents were described by him as merely local effects on burning of coal beds. These Wegener's idea, known as Neptunism and called as Neptunist, Wegener's student applied this idea to geological observation throughout the Europe during 1790, and Werner modified Lehmann's classification as the primitive series primary rock. He considered these rocks as first chemically precipitated rocks, present igneous, intrusive and high metamorphic rock. Then second one, transition series like limestone, dike, seal, etc. Third, stratified sedimentary rocks. These are lead and fossiliferous rocks. Fourth one he has given tertiary, loosely consolidated sand clay. Fifth one, volcanic series, locally formed rocks by burning the coal. Later on, James Hutton, a Scottish geologist, proved conclusively that Wegener's primitive silts rock were not marine precipitates but formed by cooling of molten rock material. Magma, that is lava and magma, that has been done by this particular. First time he opposed the highly influential person like a Werner, and the fact proposed by Hutton is known as the Plutonism, and the former follower as known as Plutonist. The tussle between the Neptunist and Plutonist continued till early 19th century. See now, this is a rival there within the two scientists which has been taking place a long period of time. And during the year 1833, Charles Lyell was the first to propose the term group and period as a primary, secondary and tertiary. Then the groups recognized by Lyell were commonly referred to as systems by other geologists. These systems, Ordovician system, Jurassic system, etc. Later on, the catastrophic philosophy came in existence and was supported by the occurrence of lithologic discontinuities, that is the unconformities, and the other evidences changes in the system models. Then the different systems were recognized with the type eras mostly in Europe. So maximum whatever the studies which have been taken place, it is taken place in the Europe, especially the Ireland. Stratigraphy is being studied progressively since last 250 years, and number of pioneer stratigraphers have contributed to the development of the stratigraphy. Therefore, stratigraphy is a synthesis of Werner's Neptunism, Hutton's Plutonism, and Grobbe inorganic evolution, Steno's order of superposition, Hutton's in uniformitism, Smith's faunal succession, Dunbar's rock description and their mutual relation, and Lehmann's grouping of strata. Now see how many scientists they have been worked together. Stratigraphy is a synthesis of Wegener's Neptunism, Hutton's Plutonism, Grobbe's inorganic evolution, Steno's order of superposition, Otto uniformitism, Smith's faunal succession, Dunbar's rock description and their mutual relation, Lehmann's grouping of strata. Lell units of strata, Krumben and Scholl's multidisciplinary approach, and Weller's accepted idea of studying sequence both vertically and horizontally with their correlation. Correlation most widely accepted definition are that of Krumben and Schloss and Wellers. So these are the scientists which have been given as the time they are given the definitions. Krumben and Schloss defined stratigraphy as an integrating multidisciplinary subject that collects and combines the information from all other branches of geology, from the synthesis of which the history of the earth emerges. Weller defined stratigraphy as a branch of geology that deals with the study of stratified and sedimentary rock with reference to their description, identification, content, extent both horizontal and vertical, and their correlation. The basic idea of stratigraphy is to arrange the rock into units in chronological sequence so that continuous history of the earth can be emerged out. In different parts of the world, older, middle and younger rocks are formed at different times. They are occur in patchy and disconnected continuous manner. The stratigrapher collects the information from all the rocks and compile together to get a continuous history of the earth from the top to bottom, or from the bottom to the top. They have been given in a column. Stratigraphy is comparable to a book whose binding has been damaged and pages are scattered. Page numbers are lost. Whereas now the task is to read the pages, not the figures, and compile the book for rebinding. Stratigraphy is comparable of book whose binding has been damaged and pages are scattered. Yes, binding has to be damaged. Here the pages are comparable to rock layers. Written things to composition of rocks and probably figures or to the fossils. Now come to the next one, importance of the stratigraphy. Stratigraphy works as a basic source of all geological information. Any information you want, you can go into the stratigraphy. By studying the stratigraphy, it becomes very easy to know the probable sites of oil and natural gas, coal reserves, and the economic mineral deposits which are there. We are going to get it with the study of the stratigraphy rocks. Second one, stratigraphy acts as an agent unifying the information. It unites the global information of the rock. So whatever the data which has been collected from all over the world, and they have been made or formulated, and a global information has been gathered, and uniform information has been made, and a tabular classification has been done, and everyone knows the information about the world. And now probably if India we are there, so what are the rocks which are exposed in India? In any territory is there. So which are the areas are there which will be giving you more economically prospecting for oil and natural gas, gold deposit, uranium deposit, thorium deposit, yes, any or manganese deposit, any type. So we have to look into that particular horizon, and we are trying to find out whether we can go for open cast mine, underground mine, what will be the reservoirs are there. We can calculate that how much will be the economic minerals we have. So on the basis of that, the whatever you have been exporting more the minerals, economic minerals, your economy will rise, your currency will be as in comparison with the dollar, it goes higher. So everything's economics will be managed by the stratigraphy. So that is a very, very important one. So everyone has to know the stratigraphy. So to get the economics from it. One of the basic function of the stratigraphy is to bring out the correlation. Yes, if you want to make a correlation, one rock from Bombay and one rock from Kerala or one rock from Calcutta, if you want to compare them, then you have to make the correlation of the rocks on the widely spread, a lot of space is there on the basis of their age, their fossil content, and after that we'll make out what will be the younger, what will be the older rock which are there, and on the basis of that we'll try to find out whether we can get any oil, natural gas or economic mineral in that particular vicinity. But most of the metallic mineral which are there, they are from Precambrian, and very few are there which are there in the Phanerozoic. Rest one is the Precambrian one. And oil and natural gas, most of them are the tertiary, where we are going to get coal. We have the 70 to 80% we are going to get from the Gondwana. Then we have the tertiary we have. So these are the area. So we have to know that, and on the accordingly we have to see and we have to play that role of the stratigrapher and make the convenience. So stratigrapher play an important role in knowing ore orogenesis. We have to know how these ores are being formed and ore localization, where these ores are being deposited. Fifth one, stratified rocks contain almost all the fuel deposits such as coal, petroleum, radioactive mineral, iron ore, phosphate, salt, gypsum, limestone, along with a huge reservoir of groundwater also. That is also important because we have a scarcity of water is there in India. So we have to be try to find out the resources under the ground. The science of the stratigraphy. Now we are going to see the next topic which is there, the principles of stratigraphy. The science of stratigraphy is based upon the fundamental concept. Those are the uniformitism, order of superposition and aurnal succession. We'll see the first one, uniformitism. The concept of uniformitism was given by the Scottish geologist James Sutton, 1726 to 1799. This is the duration of the James Sutton. In its simplest form, it states that the process which have acted in the past are essentially the same as those in the operation in the face of the earth today. So present is the key to the past. That is the James Sutton given this particular important key to the statement. It has been summarized in the statement that the present holds the key to the past. By actual observation, we can know that the layering and variation of grain size seen in the sediment on the banks of the modern stream are the result of the fluctuation in the velocity of sea, and then we slowly make out what will be the blast which has been taken place. Hence, we can summarize that the same phenomena can be responsible for layering in the ancient fuel sediments. Likewise, we know that the ripple marks observed on the beaches are the product of the wave action. So these we are come to know, and on the basis of that, the uniformitism will be helping the people. It is therefore logical to conclude that ripple marks present in the sedimentary rock were developed by the same process. If such sediments today occur many hundreds of kilometers away from the present shoreline, it is due to the fact that sea has receded that extent. So that we can make out your opinion, assumptions, we can go on making the put forth the theories. Now the next important principle is there, order of superposition. Any one of the principle will be asked in the write a short note. Yes, the first one, uniformitism or order of superposition or development. So these are the things, the definition will be there, which will be asked in the examination. The concept, in the order of superposition, the concept underlying the law of superposition is so simple that it is hardly need any explanation. It was given in 1669 by a Danish physician Steno on the basis of observation along the walls of Arno Valley in Italy. So you can see that photograph has already been mentioned over there. He pointed out that in any series of sedimentary layers lying in normal deposition, the rocks at the bottom of the sequence are older than the rocks at the top. So that is what we have the order of. Whatever the rock which are present at the bottom, yes, at the low level, and whatever the rock which are at the high hill area, that will be called as younger, and whatever at the bottom we called as the older formation. Further, within a single stratum, the grains constituting any lamina were deposited before these forming and overlying lamina. It is a simple matter to determine the relative ages of the beds constituting a sequence which is horizontally or simply tilted. However, where the rocks are unfolded, thrust or faulted, it is first necessary to determine whether the rocks in their normal position or they are overturned. This can be done in many ways, including deposition of the sediment structure like cross bedding, ripple marks, if they have been folded is there and eroded is there. With the help of the clinometric compass, right and deep, we can, with the help of that, we can find out which will be older and which will be younger one in the field itself. The relation which follow the law of superposition. Igneous rock younger than the rocks, like to lake. A fault is younger than the youngest bed, can be cut by. So these, when you are going to see the actual in your practical, you are going to see a series of maps will be there, right from the horizontal series, then we have the incline series, then incline series is faulted, yes, that will be one, then faulted, then dike will be there, then there will be two fault will be there. So this is the way the sequence you are going to make out. Then you have to find out with the help of the order of superposition, then down throw you have to find out which side has gone down. So this is the way you have to make the systematic. So once you have done this practical, you will clear the concept of order of superposition. And the last, what we have, the principle is faunal succession. The British surveyor William Smith, 1769 to 1839, who is generally regarded to be the father of modern stratigraphy. Remember, William Smith is the father of modern stratigraphy, was the first to recognize the fact that fossil could be used to correlate and date the strata. Means you can make the dating of the rock with which they were found. Wherever the fossil which have been found into that rock, with the help of that particular fossil, we can date that particular rock, and on the basis of that, we can make out the order of superposition. We can make it out. During the course of his work, he noticed that the same group of fossils always occur in the same layer. Fossil species in a layer above and below these layers were distinctly different. Fossil occurred in the same order in widely separated localities. That is, the geographical distribution is also of that fossils are there. This discovery of William Smith led to the establishment of law of faunal succession. It explained that varied faunal assemblages associated with the different sedimentary formation are the result of organic evolution. The less complicated fossil forms occur in the older rock. That means there is no adverse conditions are there, so there is no changes. That will be a normal, simple, less complicated or a primitive type of fossil we are going to get. But as there is the environmental condition, climatic condition has been adverse, and the whatever the animal has to be made the changes to survive that particular, then the modification has to be done. So with the younglings of the strata, the fossils included in them are found to be more complex. So this is what we have that today we have been seeing a very important one, stratigraphy, with reference to its introduction, definition, development of stratigraphy, importance of stratigraphy, and the principles of stratigraphy. Three important principles. The principle of uniformitism, order of superposition, and the faunal succession. I hope this will be clear and you like my video. And shortly we will have a series. So whatever the topics which are there, I'm going to cover most of the topic within this semester itself, so that those who are going to appear for online theory exams, they can get benefited. If you like, comment on the section what your views, how you like the videos, and if you like it, you can subscribe. Thank you. Have a nice day.